But all I have to say is that Ben Simmons is not a top 25 player in the league. Ben Simmons is overrated. I'm sorry, this dude is overrated. All right, that's all I want to say. It was a great series, but Ben Simmons is not a top 25 player.
So I think a lot of people understood that Atlanta would be very difficult to beat, right? We
Yeah.
did not expect them to actually beat Philadelphia. A lot of people did not. I follow a few accounts and they all predicted Philly. I think one of them predicted Atlanta, um, or made some wild prediction about Atlanta. So that was definitely surprising. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
what do you think?
Like I predicted Philly as well. So obviously I knew that Atlanta was a good team. They switched coaches. I forgot what his name is now.
Nate
Nate
McMillan.
something.
Yeah, they went from
Yeah,
Lloyd Pierce to Nate McMillan.
yeah,
Huge
yeah.
upgrade.
Huge went on the streak doing and now that's carried on to the playoffs. So obviously I didn't expect them to beat the 76ers, but I knew they were going to be prepared to be underdogs. All I have to say is that Ben Simmons is not a top 25 player in the league. Ben Simmons is overrated. I'm sorry, this dude is overrated. All right, that's all I want to say. It was a great series, but Ben Simmons is not a top 25 player. People used to say that Ben Simmons is better than Jason Tatum. Like, come on, man. I don't even want to speak about him right now. Anyways, it was a good series. Great Atlanta. I just want to see what they do against the Bucks. Obviously, it's going to be a dogfight for sure. Giannis against Trey and John Collins and then Drew Holiday. It's going to be a great series. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Philly and Atlanta Hawks series.
I mean, just to address Ben Simmons, I still think Ben Simmons is a phenomenal player. Very talented. I mean, when you're 6'9", you have legs, you can move like prime LeBron athleticism. You know, maybe not quite, but he's very athletic, very long, very big. He has the physical, the natural talents there. Obviously, there's something in his mindset where not only can he not score, he's not looking to score, he's not looking to shoot, and that's was a downfall in the playoffs especially. Um, but I still think he's a really good player. I think definitely his weaknesses were shown to everyone in the spotlight this playoff series, but I still think he's really good, and he's just being used incorrectly. I think he should be in a role like Draymond Green, a more athletic version of Draymond Green, passing the ball, playmaking. He's obviously not looking to score, but it's still very effective on both ends of the floor. And he needs to be that kind of power forward instead of bringing the ball up as a point guard. So yeah, I think there's a slight adjustment there. Overrated might be a little too harsh for me to put a pin on it, but yeah, definitely weaknesses unveiled. But I think Atlanta. What's interesting is I think New York did an excellent job preparing Atlanta for Philly. I think both teams play a little bit similarly, right? They rely on a big on the inside, create their own offense, and they play around him. And it's the same thing in Philly. You rely on Joel Embiid, and you play around Joel Embiid. And you have shooters on the outside. You have strong defenders. And, New York, we all know they were a really strong defensive team and a really strong three-point shooting team in the regular season. And I think that was the New York really prepped them to face Philadelphia. And Nate McMillan, obviously, fantastic job. He's a defensive-minded coach, which is exactly what Atlanta needed, along with Clint Capella to upgrade their defense. So those two great additions this season were really helpful. And yeah, obviously looking forward to Atlanta versus Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting how Trae Young responds to elite perimeter defense like Drew Holiday. And we already know he's, been cooking Matisse Thybulle Danny Green, Ben
Yeah.
Simmons, all these guys who are elite defenders. Um, so and against a long team like Milwaukee, it's going to be very interesting to watch how he picks them apart. Predictions for the series?
It's gonna be tough, man. If I had to do like a realistic prediction, I'd probably have to say Bucks in six. But if Atlanta does somehow win the series, that would be like very exciting. Like I don't think anyone would predict them to make the NBA Finals coming out of the East, but I'll just
That
have to
would
say
be
Bucks
crazy.
in six. Yeah, if
That
Atlanta
would be
make it,
crazy.
wow, that's wild. But I have to say Bucks in six though. I just think that the length of the Bucks and their current game plan, if they're playing at the top of their game, the Bucks should be winning this series. But they can't have any slip ups because Atlanta, they're going to take advantage of any slip ups, and then they're going to do their usual game and just win it all. So yeah, but I got Bucks in six. But how about you though?
I I have I have I have Bucks in seven, and yeah, here's the thing. I think um, Atlanta has really shown. I think Atlanta has at least proven to me that they are an elite team. Not only do they play around Trae Young very well, but they have a very good supporting cast. Kevin Herter had a big game. DeAndre Hunter is injured, which might be an issue, as they're one of their better perimeter defenders. But they have Bogdan Bogdanovic as a secondary playmaker. Clint Capella on the inside, who's been phenomenal. Wilt Chamberlain, so I think they've just been really good. And the Bucks, especially in that series against Brooklyn, they've been unable to stop a single offensive scorer. Sure, it's Kevin. Yes, it's Kevin Durant, but it's going to be very difficult. With the inside-outside play Atlanta has shown, right, attacking in the pick and roll. If you pick off Brook Lopez, and he, like always, just shows drop coverage, right? Kevin Huerter, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Trae Young are going to get everything they want because Brook Lopez is sagging, right? So I'm going to see how playable Brook Lopez is. He might not get minutes. I think if Dante DiVincenzo comes back, that would be huge for them because they have the lineup Giannis, Middleton, DiVincenzo, Drew Holiday, and who's the fifth guy?
Tucker or Lopez?
Yeah, Tucker. I think Tucker, that would be good. With Giannis at the 5, that would be really good.
That's a good line.
Yeah, that is sort of my killer lineup for Milwaukee. Sort of switch everything. They have no weaknesses in that lineup. But yeah, I guess we'll wait and see. It'll be a good series. Yeah. Either way, I think Atlanta's the underdogs once again. They've been the underdogs this entire playoffs, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if they proved us wrong here once again, right?
Yeah,
once again,
I'd love to see it.
I'd love to see it. I love Trae Young being that, the most annoying player on the planet right now. Being in the fans' face, mocking the fans, mocking the refs, mocking the other team. I love it. That's fantastic.
Oh, for sure.
So
yeah, and it's pretty good though because Trae Young, if you think about it, he's played in the two most hot, outrageous arenas in the league. You
Philly
had
and
Madison
New
Square
York.
Garden.
He's
and
been
now,
there.
yeah,
He's used to the
and he's
fans screaming
performing
at
in
him.
those arenas. Yeah, so for him just to show out like that, that just shows he has that dog in him and he understands the role of being the underdog and he's ready to embrace it and he's ready to just go into this Buck series and again, as I said, just win it all for them. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. It's gonna be exciting to watch.
Right on.